So the Triple H era of WWE, where now he's the creative head, has been about 2 weeks in the making. And Vince McMahon, of course, bowed down from his duties as CEO, chairman, and head of creative. Triple H is now in charge, and there has been a notable difference in the product. Monday Night Raw has not been this good in a long time. Although the show is still 3 hours and very long and it can drag in points, the show seems a lot more focused. It's a lot more about the championships. They've shown a tremendous amount of respect for the U.S. title. They've shown a tremendous amount of respect for having wrestlers earn title shots by getting wins. They've shown a matter of respect on characters. We've seen the way Triple H books the show that he's already been changing things to where it feels not quite like NXT did during the black and gold era, but there's definitely signs of what it used to be in the show. And also the people that he's using are people that he worked with a lot during the black and gold era. We saw SmackDown last week end with a shocker as we saw the return of Karrion Kross. And that was awesome because I was not expecting that. That was a huge surprise. And then even on Raw earlier tonight, Dexter Lumis is making his return. These are guys who were in NXT who are now legitimately being called up to the main roster, or who are not even in the company like Karrion Kross and are getting brought back because Triple H has a good relationship with them. Even besides them, we've got Bayley, Io Shirai or Io Sky, and Dakota Kai in a brand new heel women's stable that's brought a new energy to the women's division. The women's division has been pretty much these really shallow, lame matches with Bianca Belair having these matches with Carmella every other week. And even though Carmella keeps losing, all they do is keep booking her in rematch after rematch. And this is something WWE's been doing now for years, and it's so frustrating and so annoying. Meanwhile, Triple H comes in and says, okay, we're going to change things up and have a new female women's stable. Heel women's stable, which is something we haven't seen very much of, and it's totally fantastic. So well done. Like I said, the show's not perfect. 3 hours is a long time for a wrestling show, but earlier tonight on Raw, we saw a lot of really great matches, like good in-ring matches. Rey Mysterio versus Finn Balor was a great match. We then got Ciampa versus Bobby Lashley in a great match. And by the way, Tommaso Ciampa is another guy who Triple H has been pushing a lot. That's one of his boys. Notice that his boys are getting pushes. So obviously the big question is, what's going to happen with Johnny Gargano? What's going to happen with him? Is he coming back? He is one of Triple H's golden boys. Will he come back and have a major role in Raw or SmackDown? We'll see. Then we have, that was a good match. And then we also had the AJ Styles Miz no DQ match. And then a really phenomenal Chad Gable Dolph Ziggler match. Triple H is letting these guys go out there and have these great matches. They're working. They're working different styles in the ring. They're able to be themselves. They're able to relax. Even the commentary has improved. And it's weird because I'm not like a Vince McMahon hater. I respect the man as a businessman for what he's done. But this product feels refreshing. I don't think WWE's been this fresh in years. The return of Karrion Kross, Dexter Lumis, little surprises. And I also love how when Dexter Lumis made his return, his Raw debut, he was in the crowd getting arrested. They didn't really show much of it. They had AJ look over for a second like it's a fan, but it's actually Dexter Lumis. And I was like, wait a minute. He looks familiar. I couldn't really tell. I thought it was a fan getting arrested, but no, it's Dexter Lumis. So you could have done the lights go out thing that AEW loves to do over and over again that they got from ECW. You could have done the Lumis's music plays in the entranceway, but for that character, for the character of Dexter Lumis, who's like a psychopath, he's nuts, this is the right way to introduce him. And it's different from the Karrion Kross debut on SmackDown. This show feels so much more refreshed. I know we're only 2 weeks into the Triple H era, but it's so good and so much fun. And I'm actually, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I actually look forward to watching WWE television. For a long time, and I know a lot of you guys were like me, I would only watch SmackDown every once in a while and the pay-per-views. I stopped watching Raw because the 3 hour thing was just too much. It was just, it it's too much wrestling, and I had other things going on. But now I actually look forward to watching the show because not only does it feel a little bit more unpredictable, it also has great matches, and Triple H is giving these guys time to work. They also had an Ezekiel Kevin Owens segment where it looks like Ezekiel might be going away. The way it came off was like they were writing that character out, so maybe Elias comes back. I mean, I like the Ezekiel character. I really did, but like, the whole thing about Elias being his brother, but things like that cannot last forever, and they have a shelf life. And the fact that they're, acknowledging it's over is a good thing. I like the way Drew McIntyre has been getting booked lately. I like the fact that these matches now actually mean something. Triple H is making wins and losses matter more. Like, this is what people have wanted. The commentary team seems a lot more relaxed. They're not getting yelled at. The word fans is being used again, and championship belt, and it's starting to feel like wrestling again. It's starting to feel like world wrestling entertainment hasn't been for years and years. On the same token, if one thing 2022 has proven is that Tony Khan has not had a very good year. Obviously, he's kind of had some bad luck because a lot of his top guys are down with injuries. But as a booker, he's kind of exposed himself many times. There's been a lot of very elemental booking mistakes that AEW's made. Dynamite comes off a lot more predictable now than it's ever been for the past few months. The feuds don't really connect. Things happen without being properly explained. Like, I feel like as I'm watching WWE improve under Triple H, I'm also seeing my interest for AEW dwindle a little bit. I still watch the show every week, but it is becoming rather repetitive, and there's not really any angles on that show that really hook me. You know what I mean? There's a few things going on that I like. For example, Ricky Starks turning babyface. I like that. Adam Cole turning on the Young Bucks. Could have been built up better, but it worked for what it was. And the feud with Jericho and Eddie Kingston is great. The show, I think what wrestling has been lacking for a long time is that era of unpredictability. It's what Nitro had in the 90s. It's what Raw would have. And the show would feel like anything can happen. Nowadays, you have this segmented wrestling show where you have match, promo, and they don't interact. They don't even are allowed to breathe or live in the same universe. And to me, that's bad. And I don't like that. I like what wrestling used to be. And it's just not fun anymore. But it's starting to get more fun now. At least WWE is under Triple H. SummerSlam was a fun show. And I do hope, genuinely, that AEW improves. Because I feel like this time last year, AEW's at its peak. Right after the Hangman Page Kenny phase 1 of their feud, where Hangman left to have his baby, and they had the Christian Kenny feud, and the rumors of Punk and Bryan coming in, AEW was really getting red hot a year ago. Now the show feels very cold. They have a lot of injuries. It just doesn't feel as fun, and that's not their fault, but the injuries. But it's unfortunate because their viewership is also reflecting this. Rampage has done terrible numbers lately. Dynamite's been doing okay depending on the week, but I feel like whenever they don't gimmick up the shows and do like blood and guts, the viewership goes down. So I think the show really needs to improve their storytelling. We need to see more long-term storytelling. And more importantly, you want to do a show that leaves fans asking questions, are intrigued and curious about next week. Having a good match main event your show and having the babyface champion win and celebrate every single week gets boring. You want to see a cliffhanger. You want to see somebody get laid out. You want to see it feel like a TV show. And that's what I think wrestling needs, and Triple H has been doing that at least for the past few weeks with the return of Karrion Kross and the return of Dexter Lumis. And there's more coming. When will Sasha and Naomi come back? What's going on with that? There's a lot of fun questions, a lot of things to talk about now with WWE, more than there have been in quite some time. I will leave you with that. Thanks for watching. Take care.